Shalom. Shalom, we're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. And what we teach is that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the lost 12 tribes of the nation of Israel according to the Bible. And we are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. If it's not in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, it is not of the Most High, and you are not in the truth. You understand? Shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Barakatah, all the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shamar, Latah, Hashem, Yahweh Shah, to all the sisters. If you have any questions, go ahead and type them into the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Give it a minute, let more brothers and sisters come into the class.
Ryan, stop it.
Okay, I get you now.
First, you gotta start with regular Ryan. What's that button, Mommy? There's no button.
If anybody have any questions, go ahead and type them into the chat. Shalom Shar, Shalom Thomas Brown. Brothers checking in from Monetta, South Carolina, and Bennettsville, South Carolina. Again, if you got any questions, make sure you go ahead and type them into the chat. Shalom, Sister Adrian checking in from Chucktown. If you have any questions, go ahead and type them into the
I
chat.
didn't know I smacked my face. Come over here. Okay. Come on. What's your charger? I don't know. What?
Alright, so today,
What?
since we don't have any questions, like I said, anytime just go ahead and type your questions into the chat. Since we don't have any questions, we're gonna go ahead and start the lesson for the day. Alright, Shalom, Sister Kawaya, checking in from Williamston, North Carolina. Alright, so what we're gonna do is, oftentimes I like to start the class with this scripture. Is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. It says Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, in the book of Deuteronomy 76, you hear Christians all the time talking about God is all love and God loves everybody, and you know Jesus came to save everybody. And here's the deal, man. Even a Christian will tell you that God is the same yesterday, the same today, and the same tomorrow. Even a Christian will tell you that. You understand? But if God is the same yesterday, the same today, and the same tomorrow, you understand? Then why is it that in the book of Deuteronomy, he's telling the children of Israel that thou art a holy people? You understand? Unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people. You understand? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the Lord chose us to be a special people on this earth. You understand? He chose us above the white man, above the Chinese man, above the African man and the Arab man. You understand? He chose us above all these other nations. You understand? And he said he chose us to be a special people above every other nation on earth. You understand? And there's many different ways that we prove every day that we are above all the other nations. You understand? Just our response alone to our oppression is proof that we are better than other nations. You understand? Because in our oppression, we've only sought to love our oppressors. We only sought to be closer to our oppressors. You understand? To be merciful to our oppressors. You understand? But even the American Revolution, you understand, where they were oppressing their own, when you had the English oppressing the Americans, even the Americans responded in violence. You understand? Even during the Crusades. You had the Crusades, you had all these nations trying to fight over rulership and a lot of oppression going on. And these other nations was reacting violently towards that oppression. You understand? Reacting with violence and terrorism. You understand? And Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we have yet to, we don't commit mass acts of terrorism. Now you might have had a one-off like the cop that all the cops turned on him and he snapped and went on a killing spree. You know, you have situations like that. You understand? But as a whole, how many times has a white man walked into an establishment and either blew it up or shot it up or done something like that? It seems like the norm. That's where they got the term domestic terrorist from. You understand? Like Timothy McVeigh, the Unabomber, the guy that walked in the movies dressed like the Joker, the Columbine shooting. You understand? There's a long list of white people committing acts of terrorism. You understand? There's a long list of Arabs committing acts of terrorism. You understand? There's a long list of Africans committing acts of terrorism. But Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, as a whole, as a generality, we are a peaceable people. You understand? And the Bible even says that our oppressor seeks to have war with those that seek to have peace with him. You understand? So it's so many different ways that we are better than the other nations. We just in our minds, because we're so oppressed and so destroyed, and so many people suffer from Stockholm syndrome, where we love our oppressor, we give all our love to our oppressors, that we refuse to give love to ourselves, to our own brothers. You understand? I was listening to a rap song earlier today, and it seemed like every bar, I can't remember what the rapper's name was, but every single bar that he spit out his mouth was just hatred for his brother or his sister. You understand? That's what we feel within the black community. You understand? We are filled with that hatred for each other. And guess what? We learn that hatred from the Christian church. Because the Christian church teaches Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to hate themselves and love our oppressor. You understand? So the Lord chose us to be a special people above all these other nations. Now we're going to drop that. And we're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 for a second. You understand? Because, you know, this is the law class. And when you keep God's laws, there are benefits for keeping those. And when you break God's laws, there are punishments for breaking those laws. You understand? So I'm going to start at Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1. It says, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that Yahweh thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. So guess what? He chose us to be a special people. You understand? He chose us to be a special people. But also, if we keep those commandments, then the Lord was going to set us on high above every nation on the earth. You understand? We was going to have rulership over the entire globe if we kept the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. And here's the thing: we've been in America. We've been oppressed in America for 400 years. Guess what else we've been doing? We've been eating pork for 400 years. Guess what else we've been doing? We've been worshiping other gods for 400 years. You understand? Guess what else we've been doing? We've been loving our oppressor for 400 years, celebrating his holidays for 400 years. You understand? So if we look at everything we've tried since then, we failed at. Guess what? We tried to rise up with guns, and guess what happened? We failed. You understand? We tried to rise up in politics, and guess what happens? We failed. We tried to even change religions, and guess where that got us? We failed. You understand? The one thing that we have not tried as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is turning back to the Most High. Turning back to the Lord and keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Stop worshiping these other gods and celebrating our oppressor's holidays. You understand? Those is his holiday, Memorial Day. What are we remembering? You understand? Are we remembering the dismantling of a slave rebellion in Charleston? You understand? Are we remembering the dismantling of the slave rebellion in Nat Turner? Are we remembering when they was cutting our women's stomachs open and taking the babies right out their stomachs? You understand? Are those the things that we remembering? Because America don't want you to remember those things. You understand? They don't teach you those things in school. How they used to during the Trail of Tears, they used to take the Native Indian women's children. If they was walking too slow, they would snatch their baby right out their hand and smash it up against a rock until their head busts open like a watermelon. You understand? And tell them to hurry up. Keep going. You're moving too slow. If you keep moving slow, I'm going to kill another one of your kids. You understand? That's what we went through in America, man. You understand? So we don't owe America the celebration of her holidays. We don't owe America to celebrate Independence Day, Memorial Day, Easter, Thanksgiving, New Year's, Valentine's Day. You understand? I never know when these holidays is coming up. You understand? I always forget about them. It'll be the day of, and I done forgot all about the holiday. You understand? That's how little I care for our precious holidays. You understand? I show them no acknowledgement at all. You understand? So, by keeping God's commandments, the Lord gave us the blueprint right here. He gave us the whole blueprint. You want to overcome oppression? Guess what? If you are being oppressed, the only The only answer to oppression is rulership. You must have rulership. If you don't have rulership, then you are the oppressed. You understand? Guess what? We live in a land where we do not have rulership. You understand? We do not have rulership in this land. We are the oppressed. So in order for us to stop being oppressed, we have to gain rulership. You understand? So guess what? How are we not going to gain rulership? By picking up guns and going and storming the Capitol building. You understand? Guess what? That didn't work out too well for the Black Panthers. You understand? That didn't work out too well for the Black Panthers. You understand? Because that's what they did. It didn't work out too well for Denmark Vesey. It didn't work out too well for Nat Turner. You understand? It didn't work out too well for so many other brothers that rose up during the slave rebellion. And guess what? A lot of brothers talk about economics. They say economics. Like I was listening to one of Jay-Z's songs. I think it was called the Story of OJ, where he was breaking down how economics or getting money and understanding money and credit, that's how we can end oppression or overcome. You understand? But guess what? That's what happened in Black Wall Street. You understand? We focused on our economics. You understand? And then what happened in Black Wall Street? Black Wall Street was burned to the ground by our oppressors. You understand? So we've tried everything, every idea that any organization, any false prophet can rise up and tell you to try. We've tried it. You understand? We've tried everything but serve the Most High. You understand? We've tried everything but serve the Lord. You understand? So here's the deal, right? So I'm going to read verse 15. I'm going to drop down to verse 15. It says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. You understand? And that's heavy. Because that goes against everything we learned in the Christian church growing up. We didn't learn that the Lord was going to punish us for eating that pork chop. We didn't learn that in the Christian church. You understand? We didn't learn that eating that bacon every morning for breakfast, the Lord was going to punish us for it. We didn't learn that in the Christian church. You understand? We learned that in the hospital, laying on our deathbed. You understand? Dying of a massive heart attack. You understand? That's where we learned that. That's where we learned the truth at. You understand? We learned the truth in the jail cell, serving a life sentence. We learned the truth in a crack pipe. You understand? Poor on the street, starving, homeless. You understand? And here's the problem. The Christian church, they supposed to be there to tell you. They're supposed to show you this in the Bible. They're supposed to show you that the reason why we destroyed as a people is because we do not keep God's law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? And because they don't show you this, guess what? We don't even learn the lesson. You understand? We think the answer to it is to go to the Christian church. You understand? Where we learn to be even more disgusting. You understand? So here's the deal, right? But it shall come to pass, if thou shalt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So the Lord is serious about what he's saying right here. The Lord said he was going to curse us for breaking his commandments.
I'm doing
You understand? The Lord, you can open up the window in every black community and see clear as day that we are cursed as a people. We are cursed. You understand? You would think that in a black community, we would at least own 50% of the businesses in those black communities. You understand? In these black communities, man, we barely have a 5% of the businesses in these black communities. You understand? And even that 5%, a lot of black people are so programmed by the Christian church that they don't even want to support their own. You understand? Instead of supporting their own, you understand? They look at their own like they supposed to get it for free. You understand? It's like in the mind of a black man, a black Christian, we think in our mind that if our brother is trying to get paid for what he does, then our brother trying to swindle us. Like, oh, you cut grass? Okay, yeah, I need my grass cut. Oh, you charge $20? Oh man, you hustling, man. Come on, man. You charging too much. But yet, the white man pull up, you understand, cutting grass for $100, and you'll pay that $100. You'll pay that $100 real quick. You understand? That's the problem with black Christians, man. We quick to give our money to our oppressor, and we real slow to give our money to our brother. Real slow. You understand? I remember there was a situation that happened. There was a restaurant in my town. It was one of the best restaurants I think I've ever eaten at in my life. You understand? And all their food was made fresh every day. The best fried chicken that I've ever had in a restaurant, period. You understand? Everybody in the UPK know that I'm a chicken connoisseur. I love the way the white man got wine tasters. I'm a chicken taster. I can tell you where the good chicken at. You understand? And this place had the best fried chicken that I've ever had in a restaurant. And they charged, they might have charged a little bit more than like KFC. You understand? But the thing is this was a nice restaurant. It was a nice sit down soul food restaurant where every meal tastes just like a home cooked meal. It tastes just like a home cooked meal. You couldn't beat it. You understand? It was like eating at your grandmama's house. You understand? On a good day. You understand? And black people would complain about it costing too much. Like we talk, they complain about it costing too much, but then they'll go down to Olive Garden, get half the amount of food, and pay more money at Olive Garden. You understand? And they'll never even look sideways about it. You understand? These are the curses that fall on our people. That's why you understand? That's why verse 17 it says, "Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store."
Hello?
You understand? It say, "Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store." You understand? Why would it be cursed? Because our people are cursed. Our people are mentally destroyed. You understand? We destroyed through Stockholm syndrome to love our oppressor. We love our oppressor. We love some KFC. You understand? And we love some Popeyes, and all that money goes to our oppressor. You understand? But yet a black man open up a chicken shack, we won't even go and buy a cup of soda at his restaurant. You understand? And then oftentimes we'll complain about it being too high and not even understand that our oppressor is the one who's controlling all of the food that our brother's restaurant is buying from. So they're charging him more than what they're charging J. Peters or the Olive Garden. They're being charged more money than these restaurants for the food that they get. And in most black restaurants, you understand, black people take an extreme amount of pride in the food that they put out in their restaurant. So they only buy the best quality stuff. You understand? I've never been to a black restaurant. It might be some out there, But in South Carolina, I've never been to a black restaurant that had a microwave in the kitchen. I've never been to a Mexican restaurant that had a microwave in the kitchen. You understand? But you know what? You go to JP's, you go to Olive Garden, and you order you a old pasta. Guess what? That pasta was cooked that morning. And then it was taken out of the pot and stuck in a little Ziploc bag and stuck in the refrigerator until you ordered it. And then guess what? When you order it, they take it out the refrigerator, put it in the microwave, heat it up, open up the bag, and dump it right in the plate. You understand? So you paying more money to our oppressor to eat food, half the food cooked in the microwave. You understand? But yet our brother might charge $1 more and all the food is cooked fresh. You understand? And we'd rather go spend our money with our oppressor. You understand? So these are just some of the curses that the Lord said he was going to put on us as a people. You understand? Because we give so much of our love to our oppressor. You understand? We give so much of our love to our oppressor. And here's the thing, right? You know, today's class is specifically for black women. You understand? Because here's the deal. A lot of black women, you understand, especially around here. You know, I don't know how it is in Atlanta or Chicago, Charlotte. You know, it's more than likely the same everywhere. But one thing about a lot of black women, you understand, even the sisters that's in Section 8 housing, you understand, a lot of black women are filled with so much pride, so much arrogance. You understand? And that arrogance comes from our oppression. You understand? It comes from the gifts that are given to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian women from our oppressor. You understand? Because here's the deal. Have you ever noticed, you understand, if you got an office job, have you ever noticed that most office jobs are filled with black women and black homosexual men? You understand? But a straight black man, that is an enemy against white supremacy. You understand? That is an enemy in America. They do not want a straight black man, a strong black man, to rise up anywhere in America. You understand? And so many black women say they want them a strong black man, but here's the deal. You're not going to find them because we so oppressed in America that most strong black men end up in prison. And guess what a lot of strong black men end up in prison for? A lot of strong black men end up in prison for child support. You understand? I know brothers right now. You know, I hear the stories all the time. Sisters have all the excuses in the world. Who gives a damn? You understand? I'm tired of hearing all the excuses. You understand? I'm tired of hearing all those excuses because I hear all the brothers. And it's a lot of brothers that try to work it out with these sisters. Even though the sisters don't want to be together no more, okay, no sweat. We try to be grown and try to break bread and try to do all these things. You understand? But a lot of sisters would just rather have you on child support. You understand? I know a brother right now was breaking bread with his baby mama for, you know what I mean, every time he got paid, he was breaking bread. You understand? But he ended up losing his job. And he wasn't able to break bread no more. You understand? He ended up losing his job. And the sister went, because he wasn't breaking bread no more, because he lost his job, the answer to that, the sister put the brother on child support. You understand? So here's the thing. What you think is going to happen when you put the brother on child support after he's already been breaking bread, but now he done lost his job, and your response to that is instead of helping the brother find a job, you put the brother on child support. That is selfish and arrogant. You understand? and you wonder why you can't find a good black man, it's because you are a wicked, evil monster. And good black men flee from women like you. You understand? They flee from women like you.
I'm on this.
You understand? So here's the deal, right? We're going to go ahead and go into the lesson. You understand? We're going to go ahead and go into the lesson. I want you to go to Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18. You understand? Because a lot of black women need to understand that the truth go both ways. You understand? It go for men and it go for you, for the sisters. Because yeah, you might have a little more money in your pocket than a black man, but that's because it's given to you by our oppressor. You understand? Our oppressor understands that if you raise the black woman up, you understand that she gonna be hard-headed against her man.
Bye-bye.
Our oppressor understands that. That if you keep the black man destroyed in America, keep him broke and struggling and having to hustle every day of his life and having to eventually turn to a life of crime because you done destroyed him so much to where he eventually end up in prison as a goddamn slave. You understand? Or better yet, you understand, till you eventually end up dead. You understand? That's what this system is designed to drive the black man to. So they'll give the black woman a job. They'll pay her good and give her raises and all that, because that's pennies compared to the billions of dollars that these companies and corporations make off of black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women. Giving you that little bit of money just to, you know what I mean, just so you can afford to go and buy your lace front wig every time you feel like it. And guess what? You understand? Here's the thing: you go and buy the lace front wig, talking about you want a real man, but you ain't even got real hair. You understand? That's what that always mind boggled me. Now, of course, it's not unlawful for a sister to wear hair weave. You understand? It's rarely even frowned upon by black men. But if we gonna be frank, majority of the black men that I talk to, and I say the majority because I can't remember if some might have disagreed or what, but majority of black men would prefer a black woman had an afro instead of looking like a half black, half Chinese woman. You understand? I know me personally, I got facial hair. And I don't like the way that weave hair feels when it gets all in my beard. I can't stand that. And I hate that with a passion. But if my woman, when she wear her fro out, when she got her braids loose and she got that fro out, you know what I mean, I can't help but be on cuddle time. I just got to be, you know what I mean, that's where I be at. You understand? Because that's beautiful to me. You understand? It's beautiful to me. You know what I mean? You look at pictures of the sisters in the 70s, the sisters was looking good with them afros. And it's beautiful to see because they see the confidence in the black woman and how she loves and embraces her blackness. You understand? But we live in a society where black women, you understand, I don't even know if they even care to even classify themselves as black women. Because you look at the Tekashi 6ix9ine video, which I know everybody didn't watch. You understand? You got all these sisters dancing in this video. They got purple hair, pink hair, yellow hair, orange hair, blue hair, and all their hair straight weave. You know what I mean? The whole wig brigade just dancing in the video. You understand? And so here's the thing. You understand? And I'll tell you this much. I'm willing to bet you that up under all them yellow and pink and blue wigs that was worn in that Tekashi video, you understand? It's like one of them pictures that you see when the sisters had a wig taken off and the hairline is just way back here, going around the back like a Chinaman. You understand? That's a curse from the Most High. You understand? That's a curse for being such an evil, wicked monster. You understand? So, a lot of these sisters, they wear the wigs and the weave. Like I said, it's not unlawful to wear it. You know, some sisters, they wear it out of shame. You understand? You got some sisters suffer from certain illnesses that cause them to lose their hair. You understand? And they only hope in feeling beautiful is getting some hair put on. You understand? So like I said, it's not unlawful. You understand? However, it is a sign of a curse that black women fall under. You understand? We're going to get into it. Proverbs 16 and 18. And it reads, it says, pride goeth before destruction. And that's a heavy statement. That statement right there hits like a bullet. You understand? Pride goeth before destruction. You understand? And sisters, y'all need to remember that. When you start getting all prideful and arrogant with your man, acting like, oh, you got your own money, you can do what you want to do with your money that you work for, that's pride and arrogance. You understand? Because your husband is your head, man. You understand? And guess what? Without your head on your shoulders, what are you? You just a dead body. You understand? You just a dead body. You trash. You something to be thrown in the dumpster. Something to be buried in the ground. You understand? There's no value in a dead carcass. You understand? So once you get to thinking that you better than the man that's over you, that is pride and arrogance. And guess what? That's no different than what happened with Eve in the garden. You understand? What did the serpent do in the garden? How did the serpent mess up what the Most High set up? He didn't mess it up by going to Adam and talking Adam out the kingdom. He didn't do that. He didn't talk Adam out the kingdom. You understand? He went to Eve. And he told Eve that if you eat from that tree, you was going to be like God. You understand? And she wanted to be like God, ruling over Adam. And guess what happened? She ate from that tree. And she convinced Adam to eat from that tree. So now Adam following Eve. Threw everything off. You understand? So black women, you want to rule over your man, you better understand this. That your best bet is to be in complete submission to your man. Because guess what? Not being in submission to your man cost Eve the kingdom. You understand? So a lot of sisters say, they mad at Eve because now they got to have pain when they give birth. You understand? Well, be mad at yourself because you're doing the same thing Eve did every day when you turn to our oppressor instead of turning to your man. You understand? It's a lot of sisters that's so filled with pride, they refuse to submit themselves to a man. As long as they can go down to the social services office and sit in there for hours in a day to maybe get a crumb from the white man, they'll turn their back on the black man. You understand? They'll turn their back on the black man. You understand? And guess what? All that pride that you feeling, destruction right around the corner for you. You understand? Right when you think you don't need no man, guess what? The Lord show you why you need a man and why you need to shut your mouth and listen to that man. You understand? I'm going to read it again. Proverbs 16 and 18 says, pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. You understand? We're going to look up the definition of that. Of haughty. What does it mean to have a haughty spirit? You understand? The definition of haughty: arrogantly superior and disdainful. You understand? Which is every black woman that had ever caught her man talking, texting, inboxing another woman. That is that spirit that's on that black woman. Arrogantly superior. Like you run things. Like you sit, there's many black women do that. Sit up here and act like they run things. Like they run the globe. Like they run the house. Like they gonna tell you where you can go and who you can talk to. Do you understand? Sister, you need to sit down. You understand? Because all that haughtiness, that come before a fall. You understand? So if you don't want your house to fall, black woman, you need to get yourself in order and submit to your man. You understand? A lot of black women go through things and be like, I don't understand why. I don't understand why God did this to me. You understand? Meanwhile, you got 3 men on child support. One brother in prison for that child support. You understand? You got a man at home taking care of kids that ain't even his. You understand? And you cheating on him. You committing adultery all around town. Wondering why so many bad things keep happening to you. You understand? Give me 1 second.
Choo-choo.
Bear with me 1 second now.
Let me help you. Mommy. You gotta press this.
Salakia. Alright, so all that pride and all that arrogance that black women be getting gassed up listening to Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, you understand? You getting all gassed up, you understand, like you the king of the earth. You understand? All of that come before a destruction, man. You understand? All that comes before a destruction. You understand? You better submit to your man. You understand? Submit to that man. You understand? We're going to go to Isaiah chapter 3, verse 16.
Stop this. I can't find you like this. I'm so cute.
Matter of fact, we're going to go to 1 Timothy. We're going to go to 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 13. First Timothy chapter 5, verse 13. And it reads, and withal, they learn to be idle. You understand? What does it mean to be idle? You understand? It's not idle as in worshiping an idol. But it says, and withal, they learn to be idle. What is that saying? You understand? It's talking about black women. It says, and withal, they learn to be idle. You understand? What does it mean to be idle? Somebody in the class explain it to me. Anybody can answer. Brothers, sisters, officers. I just want somebody to answer. What does it mean to be idle? I-D-L-E. Idle. Somebody help me out. If you gotta look it up, just look it up. Just go on Google and type in definition of idol. What does it mean? What does it mean to be idle? Anybody want to give it a crack?
I don't want to play.
All right. So for time's sake,
Hey, let's play.
I'll go ahead and get it for you.
Hey, let's play.
All right. So a good definition would be to spend time doing nothing, being idle. You understand? Which a lot of black women learn to do. You understand? A lot of black women do that. They do nothing. You understand? You know, you got these sisters that claim themselves to be stay-at-home moms, but really they not stay-at-home moms. They stay-at-home whores. You understand? And so you know what I'm saying? So a lot of black women learn to do nothing. Where the scripture talks about a virtuous woman. We understand a virtuous woman is what a man wants, not an idle woman. An idle woman is just a woman who does nothing, has no skills, can't cook, can't sew. You understand? Can't even braid, can't do nothing for a man. You understand? Besides look good and do something freaky. That's all she good for. You understand? That's what it means. It says they learn to be idle. And a lot of black women is like that nowadays. Especially the young ones. Can't cook a bowl of oodles and noodles and talking about they want a good man. You understand? A lot of these women these days want a man that's going to do all the cooking and all the cleaning and all everything else. You understand? Why you just sit there and get on Instagram and get 1,000 likes sitting there being lazy, doing nothing. You understand? And then when this man go broke or get tired of taking care of you, you act like he the bad guy and you go and find you another what we call simp to do it for you all over again. You understand? A lot of black women learn to be idle and have no skills doing nothing. Can't even read a book. You understand? And we're gonna read on. It says, wandering about from house to house. You understand? How many times we see sisters just bouncing around, just going all around town, just constantly out in the street. You understand? Just constantly running the street. Just at this homegirl house, that homegirl house, this person house, that person house. Just jump running all over the street. Don't have nowhere to be, but is everywhere at the same time. You understand? And not only idle, but tattlers also. You understand? So, and that's one thing that black women is known for. Is known for. You understand? Wendy Williams got a whole TV show built off of it. And that's gossiping. Just running their mouth all day about everybody's personal business. Things that you ain't even supposed to know. You out here running your mouth about it. About what somebody else got going on. You understand? Then when somebody speak on what you got going on, when somebody do the same thing you doing to you, all of a sudden now you got a problem with it. Now y'all on World Star pulling each other breast out on YouTube. You understand? Making a shame of yourself. You understand? I'm gonna read on. And busybodies. You understand? Now the scriptures say they was idols. You know, they learned to be idle, but now it's saying they busybody. You understand? Busy running the streets. You know what I mean? Always got somewhere to be. Always up to some kind of scheme. You understand? These sisters be scheming, man. You know what I'm saying? Be out here scheming, out here running the streets wide open. Meanwhile, they got a man at home. You understand? And they look at him like they look at their man like he just the scum of the earth because he actually wants you to be something of value. You understand? God forbid a man actually want his woman to be better than what she is. You understand? But the world done tricked you into thinking that you can do nothing and be the queen of the earth. Meanwhile, your man is telling you, you understand, baby, you need to learn how to cook, man. You need to cook something. Why you ain't cooking nothing? You running the streets all day, but you ain't at home cooking nothing. You ain't even popping a bag of popcorn for your man. You understand? Just busybodies running their mouth. You understand? I'm going to read on. It says, speaking things which they ought not. You understand? Speaking things that they ought not. The scriptures say a silent and loving woman is a gift from the Lord. You understand? A silent and loving woman. That right there is, I'm going to tell you something. All right, listen. A woman who runs her mouth all day, every day, non-stop, and just do not shut up. You understand? Will drive a man to just leave and not come back. You understand? Because a man don't, yeah, you know, brothers, you're supposed to listen to your woman. But sisters, also remember that man likes silence. You understand? Yeah, we want to hear what you got to say. But don't sit there and just ramble non-stop. Like, damn. You understand? Can we breathe for a second? You understand? But here we talking about sisters speaking things which they ought not. You understand? Speaking things which they ought not. They ought not be out here gossiping in the streets, tattletelling on what everybody else is doing. Running their mouth about everybody else's business. You understand? Meanwhile, you talking about how her stuff ain't together. Meanwhile, yours ain't even close to being together. You understand? You understand? And all that pride and all that destruction, all that pride and all that haughtiness comes right before the Lord sit you down and humble you. And a lot of sisters end up getting humbled. You understand? The question is when you get humbled, are you going to recognize that I should be humble? Or are you going to be humble for a minute and go right back to the same thing? Because it's only so long that the Lord going to let you keep backsliding before he eventually just give up and just take you out the game. You understand? So sisters need to learn to stop going around gossiping all the damn time, telling everybody personal business, making up lies about what people got going on. You understand? Matter of fact, we're gonna you understand? Not only that, let's see. Not only that, but we're gonna go to we're gonna go to First Peter 4 verse 15. You understand? 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 15. It says, but let not you suffer as a murderer. Now that right there is heavy. It says, let none of you suffer as a murderer. And guess what? You know, a lot of black women go to the Christian church. The Christian church tell you, all these black men need to put down the guns. They kill all this black on black violence and all this killing, blah 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 going on. It's the black man's fault. Make us look like an enemy. But guess what? Black women killing 450,000 black babies every single year, and nobody shedding a tear for them. You understand? Ain't nobody shedding a tear for those 450,000 babies a year. You understand? We're going to do some math real quick. I'm going to look up some numbers. I'm going to drive something home for you about abortion. You understand? I'm going to look up how many black people in America. Last time I checked, I think it was like 56 million. Let's see. See how many black people are in America. All right, so I don't know what the. Let's see. If anybody finds the answer for me, please post it in the chat. I'm looking for the. Okay, here we go. Good night. We've actually gone down by 10 million since the last time I checked. So it's 47 million African Americans in the United States. 47 million. All right. Well, we'll say 48 million. 48 million black people in the United States. All right. So let's look up what year abortion was legalized. Abortion was legal in 1973. Alright, so 1973 minus 2020 is 47 years. Okay? So abortion has been legal for 47 years. And black women have killed 450,000 babies a year. It's 21,150,000 babies. 21 million. See, divided by 48 million. It's 44%. 44% of the entire black population was killed by abortion. 44%. That's almost half. That's almost half the entire population of black people cut up into itty bitty pieces. You understand? That is genocide. That is genocide, man. You understand? We talk about the 6 million people that were supposedly killed in the Holocaust. But brother, what about the 21 million the 21 million black babies that's been killed by Planned Parenthood. 21 million. And it's only 47 million black people in the United States. You understand? Well, we ain't gonna say 44%. That's not an accurate mathematics. That's more like a third of our population. A third of our population was never even born. Was murdered before they was even born. Before they was even given a name. You understand? Before we even knew if it was a boy or a girl, they was murdered. You understand? That is murder, man. You understand? Because think about it. You understand? When you take a seed, right? When you take a seed and you plant it in the ground and it sprout, it might not be a full watermelon or a full flower when you plant it, but when that thing sprout, that one little piece of green pop out, you understand? From that point forward, hold on, Salaki, bear with me 1 second. Salaki. So 21 million black babies murdered in America. You understand? And don't nobody talk about that. You understand? Don't nobody speak about that. You understand? We look at the black woman like, you understand, like she just, like, you know, it's why it irked my nerve when people call a black woman queen. Like, what's up, my queen? Charlemagne the God say it all the time. Like, how you doing, queen? Like, it just burns my soul. You understand that you giving so much honor, you understand, to someone that commits so much murder on earth. You understand? You know how many brothers, like, I live in a small town. In a small town, I remember a time where there was violence every day in my town. And it's a small town. There was black on black violence every day. So every day somebody's house was getting shot up, somebody was getting shot, somebody was getting jumped, somebody was getting beat up. You know, somebody was getting chased down the boulevard. It was always something going on every day in my town. You understand? Brothers having shootouts on their way to school. You understand? Shootouts after school. You understand? And guess what? All of it was started because of a whore. You understand? A whore sleeping with two different men on two different sides of town. You understand? And that one whore, you know how they say a whore is a deep ditch? Well, this whore was like a black hole. And she pulled everybody who ran in that circle, even from different parts of town that ain't even know how it all started. You understand? Ended up beefing with each other. You understand? All because of what this whore did. You understand? Brother found out his woman was in a hotel room with about 30 other guys and let them 30 guys have their way with her. And this brother didn't like the fact that these 30 guys had their way with his woman. You understand? And he responded violently to that situation. You understand? And the brothers he responded violently to responded violently in return. You understand? And all this violence, you understand, more people got involved. You understand? Till it almost turned out into all-out war in my town. All over a filthy whore. You understand? A filthy, the worst kind of whore. You understand? And now it's hundreds of brothers dead and buried, died young in my town. That died young. You understand? It's hundreds of black men dead because of this one whore. You understand? So, black women, y'all don't need to be worried about being called queen. Y'all need to worry about shutting your goddamn mouth, closing your legs, submitting to your man, being a good wife. You understand? And that's a heavy one, being a good wife. You understand? Because, you know what I mean, just cause you put your relationship status as in a relationship on Facebook, that don't make you a good wife. You understand? It's a lot to go with that, man. And it really ain't that hard, man. All you doing is submitting to your man. Submitting to him. Doing what he say. Looking at him. When your father, when you get a man, that man takes the role of your father. You understand? So the same respect you showed your father, you need to give that same respect to your man. You understand? All right, we're going to go to the book of Isaiah. We're going to go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 3. We'll go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 3.
Get up.
Salakia. We're going to go to Isaiah chapter 3, and we're going to start at verse 16. You understand? Isaiah chapter 3, verse 16 says, "Moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes." You understand? Anybody knows what it means to have wanton eyes? If you're following along, what does that mean? To have wanton eyes. It says, "The daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanting eyes." Wanton eyes. You understand? For time's sake, I'll go ahead and just break it down. So when it says wanton eyes, that means they always want everything they see. Like they just so seduced by material things. You understand? Like a woman with wanton eyes. You ever seen those YouTube videos, right? Where you got these YouTube videos where you have a guy goes and rents a Lamborghini or something, and he'll walk up to a girl that's walking with a man and try to get her number or get her to leave with him. You understand? And at first she'll be like, "Nah, I got a boyfriend." You know what I mean? Just "Nah, I got a boyfriend. You need to go on somewhere." But then he walks off and hits the little clicker to his Lamborghini, and then she see the Lamborghini and she'll walk right away from her man, like, "Nah, I'm going with him." And he like, "You want to read with me for real? Come on, let's go." And then she hop in the car, and then he put her on blast for being a gold digger. You understand? That's a woman with wanton eyes. You understand? You sitting at home or something on your porch and a brother pulled down the street in a Benz with the jewelry on. You understand? And you looking at all what he got and you just ready to do whatever he say. You understand? Because you got wanton eyes. You understand? That's what a lot of black women have. That's why a lot of brothers do it. That's why a lot of brothers go out and get the fancy cars and the jewelry. You understand? Or go out and rent a car and buy fake jewelry because they know that the black woman has wanton eyes. You understand? I'm going to read on. It says, walking and mincing as they go. It says, and making a tinkling with their feet. Now, it says making a tinkling with their feet because, you know, back in the day, it used to be a common thing amongst Israel where the black women, you know what I mean? They used to, you know, the black woman was such a stylish woman. You understand? She would also wear jewelry around her ankle and her feet and her toes and things like that. Like that was a very common thing that the black women did back in the day. You know what I'm saying? They rocked that jewelry almost like charm bracelets and things like that around their ankles and their feet and stuff like that. So that's why it says, and making a tinkling with their feet. Verse 17. Says, verse 17. Says, therefore, Yahweh will smite with a scab the crown of her head. Uh-oh. Says it's going to smite with a scab the crown of her head. You understand? Guess what? A lot of black women know what I mean when I know what that scripture means. Let's say it's just a smite with a scab the crown of her head. Check this. Check this out. I'm gonna show you something. I'll show you something. I'm gonna show you what that means.
Shia, is it? Shia, where are you? Where's mine? Okay. Where you go?
You junk all yours.
All right, here we go.
Shut up on me. That's it.
Well, all right, hold up. All right, so you see this picture right here. That's a black woman's head. You can't really see it. But it's got little scabs inside that bald spot. You understand? And then we're going to go back to the scripture, right? It says, and the Lord shall smite smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. You understand? And Yahweh will discover their secret parts. You understand? Their secret parts. All right, we're going to read on. It says in 18, it says, in that day, Yahweh will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their cows, and their round tires like the moon. You understand? The chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments and of the legs, and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings, the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel, and mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins. It says the glasses and the fine linen, the hoods and the veils, all the glory of the black woman. Like I said, the black woman is one of the most stylish and beautiful women in the world. You understand? Even in ancient times, when we was rich and in our kingdom, the black woman was even more stylish. You understand? Verse 24 says, and this shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be stink. You understand? How many, but a lot of brothers know about this one. You understand? When when you was in the world and you was going from woman to woman, every woman, not all women was created equal. We just say that. You understand? The Lord said he was going to curse these women, these wicked, evil women, with funky boxes. They was going to be stank. It was going to smell bad. You understand? You're going to read on. And instead of a girdle, a rent. You understand? And think about it like this. Rent means like shredded, like destroyed. Like, you understand? Like unkept. You understand? So a lot of black women, back in the day, a lot of black women was fit, in shape. You understand? Beautiful, fine, sexy, voluptuous, tight in all the right spots. The Lord said he's going to take all that away. You understand? You was just going to be a sloppy mess, smelling bad, stinking sloppy mess. You understand? And instead of well-set hair, guess what? Black women used to have well-set hair. You understand? Even back in the 70s, man, good night. If I lived in the 70s, you understand? I'd probably have 1,000 ribs. You understand? It's just too much. It would have been too much. You understand? It would have been too much. Just seeing all the afros just walking down the street, that'd have been like the kingdom of heaven to me. You understand? It says, so instead of well-set hair, baldness. You understand? Baldness. And guess what? It's a lot of sisters, a lot of black women suffering from that right there. You understand? I'm going to show you something. You're going to pull up more pictures. I'm going to pull up more. You understand? Check it out. See that right there? Instead of well-set hair, baldness. I'm going to show you another example. Instead of well-set hair, baldness. And that's a beautiful sister right there. Understand? Here we go again. Instead of well-set hair, baldness. You understand? I believe sisters call them edges. When they talk about a sister ain't got no edges. Look at that. Look at that right there. You understand? Now these might be a little on the extreme. There's a lot of sisters dealing with that right there. You understand? It's a lot of sisters dealing with that right there. You understand? You understand? These are curses from the Lord. You understand? These are curses from the Lord. Guess what, black woman? You got the same hair black men got. You understand? And you know, black men, you know, yeah, we go bald. You know, we get receding hairline, you know, a little bald spot here and there. But guess what? A lot of black men can grow their hair real long, have their afros real big, and a lot of black women struggle to get a mini fro. You understand? That's because these are curses come from the Lord, man. The Lord ain't playing with us. And guess what? This ain't nothing. These scriptures I'm bringing out, you'll never hear that from your Christian pastor. Go ask your Christian pastor why you going bald. You understand? Sisters, go ask your pastor, why am I losing my hair? Why I ain't got no edges? Go ask your pastor. He ain't gonna have no answer for you. But you come to the preaching prophets of the Lord, we'll show you it's because more than likely you are a wicked, evil monster. You understand? You are a bane on this earth. You understand? How many abortions have you had? How many men have you put on child support? You understand? How many men have you destroyed? How many brothers done killed each other because they thought you was in love with them and find you blowing some other brother's rod? You understand? How many brothers you done set up? Because that's a hot topic right now in Greenville. A lot of sisters is setting brothers up to get robbed and murdered. You understand? It's being whores, sleeping with men left and right. You understand? Meeting men off the internet, just having random sex. You understand? Have husbands at home, or a husband might be a truck driver or something like that. You understand? And you cheating on your husband with his best friend or his cousin or his father. Some disgusting things going on out here in these streets, man. You understand? And here's the thing, we're not telling you these things because we trying to break you down or hurt your feelings. We telling this to you because it's the truth. You understand? We telling it to you because it's the truth. Your pastor ain't gonna tell you the truth. You understand? He might not even give you no answer. You understand? Well, it's time for black women to start waking up, man. You understand? Waking up and let you know and find that and see that the Lord ain't playing. You understand? All these curses apply, man. It ain't just going into slavery that's prophesied in the Bible. It's you losing your edges is prophesied in the Bible. You understand? You having to cover up your bald spots with a lace front was prophesied in the Bible. You understand? We're going to read on. And instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. You understand? That burning, what that is. You know, we say that all the time in the black community. Say she burning. Means she got them STDs. You understand? Instead of you know, and it's gonna be burning instead of beauty. People ain't gonna talk about how beautiful you are. They gonna talk about how you burning. You understand? All of these things is prophesied in the Bible, man. And all these things go on every day. It's happening right now in every black hair salon in America. There is some bald sister that is just a wicked, evil monster that is taking her child support check and spent it on a lace front wig and is getting it put on right now. Somewhere in America, there is a black woman that done paid $400 from her child support money. Ain't got nothing but oodles and noodles, top ramen and Vienna sausages at the house. To spend all her child's money on a lace front wig. To do what with? To try to find a man? You understand? You know, black women need to wake up, man. We telling you these things because we want to deliver you up out of that. You understand? It's the only way you're going to do it. It's by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? By turning back to the Most High, man. By not being so arrogant and disgusting. You understand? You go to the Christian church. I ain't seen an Afro puff. You understand? You know, you think about the Christian church, man. It's like all you see in the Christian church is wigs and lace fronts. You understand? That's all you see all in the Christian churches. Wigs, lace fronts, and homosexuals. You understand? All them sisters, I bet all them sisters in there with them wigs and them lace fronts. You understand? What I don't understand about the wigs and the lace fronts is the sisters that got beautiful hair. They got beautiful, bushy, beautiful little afros under they wig. And instead of rocking that beautiful nappy hair, they get it braided to the back and put a lace front over top of it. You know, I just don't understand. You understand? That's like having a Lamborghini and putting a Chevrolet sticker on it. You understand? It just baffles the mind. I don't get it. You understand? And you would think that a black woman would instead of, if she going bald, instead of getting weaved and make her look like a Malaysian, a Blackanese woman. You understand? Why they don't get no Afro plugs in? You understand? Why I don't see that? Why I don't see no Afro lace front? You understand? Something you could corn roll and all that stuff too. Why we don't see that? You understand? We see the straight, stringy, blonde hair. Some sisters get orange hair. You understand? Or some crazy color. You understand? Like why do all that? You understand? When you can rock what's naturally yours. You understand? Why are you trying to look like the other nations? You understand? That's just another proof. I don't know if that's the right way to use that term, but that's just further proof that we are destroyed in America. We are destroyed. Seeing a black woman with a lace front, with the wig, with the straight stringy hair as an adult woman, that is no different than the young black child and the young black girl when they did the test on the kids and they have the white doll and the black doll. And they be like, which one's the pretty doll? And they point at the white doll. Which one's the ugly doll? And they point at the black doll. You understand? That's all that is. Like society would say, well, what's pretty hair? What's beautiful? Oh, it's a straight, stringy, being able to do all this and have it all swinging all in the air. That's disgusting. That ain't beautiful. That is disgusting. You understand? That is gross. You understand? Seeing blonde hair, that is nasty. That's disgusting. You understand? But seeing that big bushy afro, man, that right there, man. Listen, you see a black, listen, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know what it is about seeing a woman. If you worry about looking old, if you think you old, you think you look like you feel like you might get old, wear your natural hair. You understand? I promise you, wearing your natural hair will make you seem like you a lot younger than what you are. You understand? It's gonna make you look 10 years younger than that lace front is. Than that filthy wig. You understand? That probably need to be washed or boiled, however they clean it. I think they boil them or something. I can't remember how they clean lace fronts. But wearing your natural hair will make you look a lot younger. Sisters, if you turning 30 and you worried about looking, feeling 30, looking 30, I'm going to tell you something. You're going to look 40 with that lace front on. But when you wear that Afro puff comb to the back, you look 25, 22, 19, 18. You understand? You look a whole lot younger and prettier and cuter with your natural hair on. You understand? And every black man will tell you that. With the exception of some black man that'd rather have, some dog of another nation. You understand? Don't even value his opinion. You see a black man walking down the street with a white girl, you just know he hate himself. That's why he with one of them. You understand? He questioning. You understand? He questionable at best. You can't ask his opinion. You understand? But a black man who loves blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian women, man, wear your natural hair, man. You understand? Love yourself, man, because we love you. You understand? We're going to read on. I'm going to read this last part, man, verse 25. Because overall, this whole chapter is talking about Israel. It says, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in war. The modern day sword is the gun. You understand? And guess what? Black men die every day from a sword. You understand? What's the sister? The sister is a sister. The brother Philando Castile. You understand? His rib had to sit and watch him die from the sword. You understand? She had to sit there and cry and couldn't even reach over to stop the bleeding for fear of getting shot her damn self. You understand? All these is curses from the Most High, man. You understand? And then it says, and thou mighty in war. And guess what? Our mighty die in war every day. The war against drugs, black and Hispanics dying every day in the war on drugs. You understand? We die in the war on poverty. We dying in that. Gang wars, we dying in that. You understand? United States go to war. Guess what? We dying in that. We front line. You understand? We dying in every war front in the world right now. You understand? We are in desperate need of what we teach in the ISUPK. You understand? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are in desperate need of what we teach in the school, man. You understand? Salaki. All right, we're going to drop that. We're going to go to Philippians chapter 4, verse 11. You understand? We're going to go in Philippians chapter 4, verse 11. You understand? And see, here's the thing, man. A lot of sisters, man, is ripping apart their homes. And when I say home, I'm talking about your relationship, your husband, your man, your boyfriend, whatever you want to call it. If you having sex with him, that is your husband according to the Most High. You understand? A lot of sisters, man, sitting here thinking the grass is greener on the other side. You understand? Thinking, oh, this man, all he trying to do is run my life. You understand? But this man over here, he's such a nice guy. He want to take care of me. He want to drink my bath water and cook my food. You understand? You thinking the grass is greener, man. And then how many times you go over there to see that the grass ain't really greener? You understand? To see that the man that you had actually made sense. And the man that you went over here and chose, you understand, don't give a damn about you. And you find out everything he was telling you was lies because all he wanted to do was sleep with you and throw you away. You understand? That's because of them wanton eyes. You thinking because your man might work at Burger King and some guy pulled through the neighborhood in a Benz, you understand? And you thinking, oh, I want the man with the Benz. I want to get me some red bottoms. I'm over here with this bum ass nigga, you understand, working at Burger King. You understand? This man in the Benz, he looking at me, he looking like he wants some. You understand? Well, guess what? I'm about to give him some. And then guess what? You give him some and you leave the man that work at Burger King that would have caught a bullet for you. And now you trafficking dope for the dope man. And instead of him catching a bullet for you, you catching a charge for him. You understand? A victim of those wanton eyes. You understand? Well, here's what we're going to do, right? Philippians chapter 4, verse 11. Says, not that I speak in respect of want, but I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content. To be content. You understand? Don't always try to chase after things that you don't have. You understand? What I mean by that is just because this man got a Benz, don't mean you need to destroy your happy home just because this man got a Benz. You understand? Just because this man got the jewelry. You understand? Just because this man got a particular lifestyle. He a thug. He running the streets. You understand? You ain't happy with the man that love you, that care about you, that'll die for you. You not happy with that. You want the man that don't give a damn about you. That's going to use you and do you the way he done so many other women. You understand? Then you end up destroyed, kids taken away from you. You understand? And all types of other situations that happen. You understand? All because you lack contentment. You just couldn't be content. You couldn't be happy with the blessings that the Lord gave you. You threw it away. That's no different than our oppressor. That's why the Lord hate our oppressor so much. That's one of the reasons why he hate Esau so much. Because Esau would have rightfully inherited the kingdom of heaven. But you know what Esau did? He was like, man, what good is the kingdom of heaven? What good is all that if I'm going to starve to death today? You understand? He was like, what good is dominion over all the earth if I'm going to starve to death today? I want some of that food now. You understand? Imagine if you was rich, right? And your eldest son, you was about to give him the company, you understand, the house, the cars, you understand, everything. And before you even died, you signed it over to him. You understand? You just went ahead and signed it over to him like it's yours. All you got to do is take it. You understand? And instead of taking it, he sell everything that you gave him for a happy meal. You understand? How would you feel about your son if you did that? You would look at him like, you big, dumb, stupid, dumb idiot. You understand? That would make your flesh boil to see your son do that. You understand? That's what Esau did. And that's what so many black women do when they not content with what the Lord then gave them. The Lord gave you a man, be content with that man. The Lord wants you to honor that. Honor that. Because, hey, you know what? The Lord might bless that man with a Benz. You understand? The Lord might, I done seen brothers work their way up from flipping burgers at McDonald's to owning a McDonald's. I done seen that. You understand? So be content, man. Stop wanting everything you see. Stop being so thirsty for all these material things. You understand? Stop being so thirsty. Sisters like to call brothers thirsty. When y'all sisters thirstier than any brother I've never seen. Y'all the thirstiest ones. You understand? I done seen some thirsty sisters, man. Sisters be thirsty now. So I'm talking thirsty enough to... And here's the problem. Y'all be even more thirsty because you feel like you can get away with being that thirsty. You understand? Y'all sisters got some nerve calling brothers thirsty. You understand? Let some rapper come to town. You sitting here bored because all these men thirsty, and then let some rapper come to town. Your thirstometer gonna go through the roof. You understand? So be content, man. Learn how to be happy with the blessings that the Lord gave you. You understand? Because how many times we done got you feeling like you deserve more than the blessing that the Lord gave you when you still ain't even finished even receiving the blessings that the Lord gonna give you. You ain't even finished. You just gonna throw it away. For all you knew, that man could have hit the lottery. Now you done, you know what I mean? Instead of that, you just gonna leave the man, take the kids, and go get with the dope boy. Then next thing you know, you catching charges for the man, and he ain't putting no money on your books. You understand? You get to prison and find out there's 10 other girls in there for the same thing, for the same guy. You understand? Learn how to be content, man. Stop being so disgusting. Wanting so many material things. You understand? Leave a brother because he broke. Well, listen, since you broke too. How you feel like turning a man down or leaving a man because he broke when you broke? You understand? You broke too. What you gonna do? What you offering him? You understand? Sisters is crazy, man. You understand? We're gonna go to 1 Timothy chapter 6, man. You understand? We're going to go to 1 Timothy chapter 6 and start at verse 1. It says, let as many servants as are under the yoke count their own masters worthy of all honor. You understand? That the name of the Most High, the name of the power in his doctrine be not blasphemed. You understand? Honor the men that's over you, man. You understand? If you're in the UPK, honor the brothers that are over you. You understand? Honor the brothers that are over you. And sisters, if you have a man, especially a man in the UPK, honor that brother, man. Honor him. You understand? So we're going to read on. It says, and they that have believing masters, let them not despise them. You understand? If you got a husband in the truth, don't despise him because he in the truth, man. So many sisters, when they man come into the truth, they just look at that man with so much hate. They so Christian and disgusting. You understand? Christianity, you supposed to be thinking that Christianity is all love. But if Christianity is all love, then why when your man come in the truth, you look at him with so much hate and disgust? You hate your husband. You hate everything that come out his mouth. You hate every time he tell you to do something. You hate just him asking for a plate to eat. You just hate to even give it to him. You hate to lay in that man's bed at night because you're so Christian and disgusting. Because you see that this man is turning to the Lord and actually keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? And you just look at him with so much venom. You understand? You hate everything he's doing. You hate it when you see him growing his hair out. You see him put a beard on his face. You want him to go back and shave it off and look like a goddamn homosexual. You understand? It says, and they that have believing masters, let them not despise them, because they are brethren. You understand? That's what so many people forget, man. Sisters, you got a man, guess what? That's your brethren. You know, brothers in the UPK, you got a man over you giving you orders, a camp leader. Guess what? Not only is that your camp leader, that is also your brethren, man. The whole of everything that Christ taught was brotherhood. You understand? The spirit of all the laws is brotherhood, man, and sisterhood. You understand? It says, but rather do them service, because they are faithful and beloved, partakers of the benefit. These things teach and exhort. You understand? That's what we do in the UPK, man. We teach these things, man. We teach to honor your head, man. We teach sisters to honor your husband. You understand? We men. We go out. We have a drink. We see a nice looking sister. We approach sisters, man. This ain't the Christian church. You understand? We see something we like, we gonna speak on it. But guess what? If she got a man, we gonna, in the same breath, we gonna tell that sister to honor that man. And we not gonna try to, as I say it all the time. I say I don't cut another man's grass. You understand? I don't tend to another man's lawn. You understand? That's what I say. And you know, that's just a term that I use. You understand? But that's what we do, man. We go out and we embody what Yahushua taught, man. You understand? It says, and if any man teach otherwise, so pay attention, man. If it's somebody out here telling you to leave your husband, that's contrary to what the scriptures talking about. The scriptures say to honor the men that's over you. And guess what? If you got a man, that means that man is over you, and you're supposed to honor that man. You understand? It says, if any man teach otherwise, if your mama come to you and say, oh, you need to leave that bum, he ain't got no job, he ain't no good, he in a cult, he this and that, you're supposed to honor that man. You gonna listen to your mama who ain't got no man? You gonna listen to your homegirl who ain't got no man? Meanwhile, you got a man at home. You got in-house rod. While your homegirls got to beg for it. Got to be thirsty for it. You understand? Your homegirls, they got to post half-naked pictures on Instagram for it. You understand? All you got to do is assume the position. You understand? If any man teach otherwise, and consent not to wholesome words, even the words of our Lord Yahushua, and to the doctrine which is according to godliness, it says he is proud, knowing nothing. So if your mama telling you to leave your man, guess what? She is proud and she don't know nothing. If your homegirl is telling you need to leave your man, then she is proud and knoweth nothing. You know more than her because you got a man. So obviously you know more than her. How you going to listen to somebody that's stupider than you? How you going to listen to somebody dumber than you? You understand? Guess what? If another man is coming to you trying to sleep with you and you have a man, that man is proud and knoweth nothing. Meanwhile, you got a man at the house that is the opposite because he actually honor you. He's still with you. You understand? But doting about questions and strifes of words. You understand? Doting about questions and strifes of words. You understand? Whereof cometh envy, strife, railings, evils, surmisings. You understand? All that, man. When let me tell you something, right? I used to know a brother when I was in the world. You understand? This brother, I noticed as we grew older, as we used to go out all the time, party together, whatnot. Salaki. And as we got older, I started to realize that, damn, man, every girl this brother sleep with got a boyfriend. You understand? And everything, every time I talk to him about it, every time we on a conversation about it, he always comparing himself to the guy that she talking to. You understand? Like, what's that about? You understand? To me, and in the world, I thought like this. I always felt like in the world, if you're trying to sleep with a woman that you know has a man, then you just a hater, right? You a hater. You the worst kind of hater. Even if you got more, I never understood, you can have more money than this brother. You understand? More cars, cribs, everything that this brother don't got. But one thing this brother got is a woman who might be loyal, who you don't got. So instead of you going out and finding you one, you decide to rather destroy his home because you feel like you better than him. That's envy, man. That's envy to think that you should be in a spot that another man is. Come on, man. That's envy. That's evil. You understand? Verse 5 says, perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds. You understand? Perverse disputing of men. You understand? How many times we see that with all these, brothers get in arguments all the time over all types of perversion, all types of false realities and false doctrines and all these other false gods. You understand? And destitute of truth, supposing that gain is godliness. How many times we done heard that in the Christian church about prosperity, sowing a seed? You understand? About getting money over bitches. You understand? How many times we done turned on a rap song and that's all we hear? And guess what? All the men who like to sleep with other men's wives, guess what? All they talk about is the getting money. How getting money is everything. How economics is everything. You understand? How doing all that is everything. And guess what? You fall right into that trap with them. You understand? From such, withdraw thyself. So people who talk like that, you going into church and you hearing them talking about prosperity and getting rich and getting money. If all they talking about is getting money and all these perverse evil things, sleeping with other men's wives, you understand? The scriptures say, withdraw thyself. Hit the eject button. Use the VHS tape, hit the eject button and pop the tape out. You understand? We're going to read on. Verse 6, it says, but godliness with contentment is great gain.
It hurt.
You understand? Godliness with contentment is great gain. You understand? You being honorable to your man. You understand? You being content with your relationship with your man. You happy to serve him. You understand? A lot of y'all women just mad for no reason. Just mad for no reason. Try loving your man. Try actually trying to cook him something to eat. Try actually trying to love your man. Try actually attempting to be his so-called backbone. Try it. Instead of trying to go through his phone every 10 minutes, why don't you try actually go ask him if he needs something to eat every 10 minutes? Why don't you try that? You should spend more time in the kitchen than you spend going through his Instagram seeing who pictures he liked today. You understand? I'm going to read on. It says, for we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. So what good is the Benz and the diamonds and all the things that when you see another man with it, you look at your man and work at Burger King like he just trash and garbage. You understand? Well, guess what? You ain't coming to the world with nothing. You ain't coming to the world with nothing. You ain't even coming to the world with a pair of drawers on. And guess what? When they bury you in the ground, you're going to leave with nothing. You understand? We're going to read on. Verse 8. And having food and raiment. Food and raiment. Raiment is your clothes. You got food and you got clothes. We'll read on. It says, let us be therewith content. You understand? So guess what, man? If you got food and you got clothes, then you straight. If you ain't got them two, then you got a problem. You understand? So if you looking to gain the world, you know what I mean? If you wanting all these things, here's the thing, man. If you want more than that, it's not wrong to have more than that. It's not wrong to go get more than that. You understand? But if you feel like you need to have more than that, you understand? Then you know better than Tekashi 6ix9ine. Rat on the whole world for a big payday. You understand? Throw the whole world under the bus for a couple dollars, man. And with that, we the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Hunter. You understand? It says rule for new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 to 21, Malachi 3 verse 8 through 10 means 10th in Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or a teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Announce holy convocations. The upcoming holy convocation. Let's see. Upcoming holy convocation is the memorial blowing of trumpets, which is the first day of the 7th month. Hold on, Salaki.
It's a feast of first fruits. Celebrate. Starts after the Sabbath. Unleavened bread, which is Sunday, Friday, April 17, 2020. Count 50 days. Only celebrate the 50th day, which will fall on Friday, June 5th, 2020. Starts before sundown. It can be found in Leviticus chapter 23, verse 10 through 22. He said, Akim Wak Akim. Check the bulletin board in the hallway for any updates. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and war scarf. And with that, shalom, Israel.